Yo, DJ L Spade.
Lex Caliber.
And this is the Random Show.
Motherfucking right.
Did you get dark? Get deep down and sexy with him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because today we talking about something that's very close to our hearts.
What is it?
Talking about
What is it?
the difference between pimpin' and simpin'.
Now, I think it's good to point out that we're not trying to talk about anything derogatory or people exploiting women on the streets. We're not talking about that. We're talking about the colloquial term of being a upstanding guy who doesn't fall for anything, or woman for that matter. Women can be pimps too. Go on, dust your shoulders off. Jay-Z told us. Thank you, Hov. No, we're talking about like somebody who's just well attuned to games that's being run to them in the dating spirit.
Yes,
Just
sir.
for that disclaimer, we're not talking about like guys with funny big hats and fur coats beating women. We're not talking about that.
No.
Throwing that out there. So I don't want to hear the comments of that. Oh my God, the Random Show is promoting pimping.
Violence against women.
I knew I hate that guy. Look at him. Look at him.
I know. It's that square jaw and them big shoulders. You know how his shoulders got so big because he be slapping his hoes.
Okay, that's funny. All right, pimping versus sipping, man. Crank it up, dog.
Yeah. All right. And we're saying this so we can arm men and women
And women.
with the tools to maintain their self-respect and their dignity and not be a sucker. All right.
L Spade went through that, so you don't have to go through that.
Look, man, we was all young.
Facts.
And the only way that we got to this level is we had to make some mistakes.
Man.
You know what I'm saying?
A plethora of knowledge on y'all. Hit me, Lex. What we got?
All right. So, pimping, I think most people understand. It's just being successful, right? Being successful in this case, we're talking about dating.
Right.
All right. So it's just being successful, not being the victim of bullshit or schemes and scams.
Scams.
All right. But simping is a word that I think isn't in a lot of people's vocabulary.
Okay, let's break down simping.
Yeah.
Simping is quite put a simple-minded individual. That's why it's called simp. And if you're a simple-minded person, you fall for games all the time. Because you're simple-minded. You ain't been out there. You ain't been experienced. You're a little wet behind the ears. Your little wee-wee ain't got big yet. Your balls ain't dropped.
Ain't
So-
got no hair.
That's pimping versus simping. First, let's break down some scenarios. And I want you to tell me, is it pimping or simping?
I like this.
All right.
Let's do it.
Scenario one.
Yes.
Me as a gentleman. First time on a date. I've never met this young lady. This is a blind date. I'm going in blind.
Ooh, old school.
Maybe we had a quick DM conversation in the Instagrams or the inner chats, whatever. Right? And we decide to meet. We go to a family restaurant. Nothing major.
Yeah.
Like Saizeriya.
Yeah.
For those of y'all
Yeah.
live in Japan. That's like an Olive Garden. We go to the Olive Garden / Saizeriya. She orders like some rigatoni pasta, a couple of breadsticks, and a salami pizza, right? And you order a salad, because you know you're trying to watch your weight, you know. Ebi salad, shrimp salad, you know. And the ticket comes. And she doesn't even pull out her wallet, and she looks at you. Under the circumstances, you're like, okay, I'm a good guy. This bill $30. I'm gonna pay for this bill. Were you pimping or were you simping?
What is simping?
Ooh, why?
I'll tell you why. Because she went into that date with the expectation that you are you have to pay for this. So you're buying her time.
Wow.
Through food. And the fact that she expects you to pay, and if you pay, the relationship dynamic is already like this. You have already shown that her desires or maybe demands are above what you think is right and how things should be. So in essence, you have already from the jump, from day one, you put the pussy on a pedestal. And that is a hard situation to reverse or at least to make equal.
Okay, now, brother Lex,
Yeah.
we've established that this is a simp move, right?
Yes.
Now, because we don't want to just give the problem, we want to get the solution.
Of course.
How do you stop this situation from happening?
What I would do is whenever I've gone on a date and we're going out to eat or whatever,
First time.
I let it be known that let's just split it 50-50. And a lot of people might find that uncomfortable, but I would rather have that uncomfortable situation before I'm invested time-wise, emotionally, and financially, before, rather than having to deal with the mess and potentially feeling like a simp if I didn't have the gumption,
the gumption
to look her in the face at the table and be like, all right, let's split this 50-50. You know what I'm saying? And that's a good way. It's a way to do a thermometer check. Because if she's got an issue with that, then her and I aren't going to be a good match anyways, because we have different principles when it comes to dating. I think if she expects me to pay when she doesn't know me, I don't know her, it's disrespectful to me.
Now, it's good to point out that I totally agree with this whole synopsis, because there's going to be some times I disagree with you.
Yeah.
On this one, I disagree. I mean, I totally agree. And this is why. You don't know her. This is my first time meeting, you know? You should not go into there expecting me to do anything. Now, am I saying, I'm going to speak for Lex on this one. Are we saying that it's wrong to buy a meal for a young lady? No. Especially if you got it understood in the beginning that, like, look, this is my treat. I got you. But what we're saying is, don't go into anything. And this is for men too. We're just saying women because our preference is women. So this could be interchangeable for women too. Don't ever go into anything expecting somebody to do something for you, man, especially in 2021. So that's what we're saying. Yeah, that's a simp move, man. And how do you get around that? Totally agree with you on that. You got to make that known from the jump, man. You can't be like timid or shy with that. And if you get dogged out by the other person, whether it be a man or a woman, for not wanting to take the bill, that's more of an indication on them. Because like I said, I refuse to be shamed because I can't buy you something you can't pay for. You're not going to shame me, dog. Because I can't afford what you can't afford? Come on now. Come on.
Yeah.
And you're not getting me with that.
Even if you can afford it. Like a $30 meal.
Drop it.
Right?
Drop it in the bucket.
You can afford it. It's the principles of the matter.
It's the principles, Lex.
Principals, man. And if they aren't cool meeting me on the same level.
What you just said right there. What you just said. What you bring to the table.
Exactly.
What you bring to the table. If it's just pussy.
Exactly.
Ain't enough.
Yeah. If all you have to offer me is pussy.
I can get that anywhere.
We ain't got to go to dinner.
Hey, man, I'm a reasonably attractive man.
Exactly.
I can get Fontaine, buddy.
Exactly. So for me, a woman has to have more than her pussy.
Facts.
Be better than your pussy.
Man, be better than it. Don't lean on it.
This is just from us straight men who date women.
Yeah.
Okay.
Once again, this can be interchangeable for any preference. Okay, guys. We're not just saying. Just our preference is women. But like, if you have a preference for anything else, if you're a gay man, don't let that other man like get over on you like that, man. Be better than the penis.
Yes. Exactly.
Yeah.
Man, I had a thought.
We just helped somebody right there, man.
We helping people. The moral of the story is, just them being there with you is not a privilege. They aren't doing anything special for you. Okay? So don't let them act like they're the prize and you have to fight to get them.
Facts.
You're a prize too. Remember that.
Yeah, your worth.
Never forget that.
Don't forget your value. Don't forget your worth. And after you made a legitimate connection with somebody, totally different story. But initially, man, let it be understood what you're going to do. Now, once again, if you're totally okay with paying for the first meal on the first date, and if that's what you want to do, no worries. But what we're railing against is the perception that you have to. That should be like that.
Yeah. If you don't want to do it, do it. If you want to, do you.
Facts.
Stay true.
That's the random show. Pimpin versus Simpin, baby.
Episode 1.
Yeah. It's going to be a chronicle.
Yeah.
We just helped somebody for real, man.
Yeah. Man.